afternoon, stampers and crafters. This is Kevon from ktstamps.com, creating cards for you. And today is Throw the Dice Thursday. And I am just very grateful to welcome you into my stamp room, my video, my Let's Share cards today. So we threw a dice last week, and our dice came out to layering, slimline, neutrals, texture, and thanks. Well, I got a little bit carried away because I had a senior moment on one card, forgot the slimline, and I thought I was doing it slimline. Then I had another senior moment, and I didn't do anything in neutrals. So I did one card in a thanks, one card in a thinking of you. Most of the time I'm usually doing that because I have people that I want to send them to. Yesterday I sent out 5 cards. So excited about that. But this is my first card that we are making today. And it's all about butterflies. And can you see the shine? Yay! And then it's layered and there's texture on it, and inside there's just a butterfly. I wanted to do the Stampin' blends on the inside, but I knew that it would bleed through on the outside, so I just left it. I could probably do a marker, but I just thought it would be better on the inside. So let me get with that right now. I got everything from the sketch butterflies. Really fun. Look at all these beautiful butterflies. Great sayings. A lot about thank you and brighten your day and happy birthday. And on the inside, they're dies. I love the dies. They're absolutely beautiful. So that's where I took my inspiration. I also, on the pink, I did, and I don't know if you can see it, there you go. On the pink, I did the exposed brick 3D embossing folder. On the thinking of you, I brought in my Decled circles, and I think this is, nope, this is the second to the smallest that I did. All right, so that's what I did the circles in. Let me see, what else do I have for you? I used the Baker's Twine Essential Pack, and then I have some Winka Stella. I stamped in Memento. I used these, which are the Boho blue, and I coordinated it with the Balmy blue. Then I took favorite, the Bubble Bath, and the Moody Mauve. And that's where I got all my butterflies. Again, I like to do things in 3. And a long, long time ago, we used to have these little tools in Stampin' Up. And one of them was just a perforator. One was a scoring tool. And the last one was a scissors that cut. And then we had this wonderful little texture tool that wrinkled up the sides. So I found my bag that I took to all of my classes and to classes that I took, and I found these hanging off. And I said, let's use these. So we're going to use them today. So I'm bringing out all the stuff that we need today. Now this is classified as a mini slimline card, and with that, please go on my blog. www.ktstamps.com, and you're going to find all the measurements. One of the reasons that I do not post is because it takes me forever to put everything in and then talk at the same time, and then not know exactly what I'm going to do and get the time down. So that's my number one thing, is trying to make sure that time is limited on my video. So let me bring this back in. This is the black that we're putting behind the saying. And I'm trying to have this here so you can see. Now I'm freezing up a little bit, so I think my my internet is going in and out. So I'm hoping that it's going to be okay. So we are bringing back in our butterflies, and we're using this butterfly at the very end. I just think it's beautiful. All right. So we're bringing in our Memento ink. And we are just going to ink 5 butterflies. Again, odd numbers. So those are our 5 that we are doing. And then let's go ahead and stamp. We're going to bring back in our Slimline, and we are going to stamp the butterfly. And then we're going to take this off. That's pretty gooey. Oh, let me go ahead before we do that. I'm bringing in my chamois right now so I can wipe it off. Yes, my chamois is pretty dirty. And all you got to do if it gets really, really dirty is just go and rinse it out with some water. All right, so that is our first one down. And then we are bringing in our words. And we are just using, let me get this out of here so I can lay it down. Hope is a beautiful thing that flutters in the soul. Love that. So anyway, that's what we're going to do on the inside here. We're going to stamp and hold. And there we go. We got our inside done. So now I'm going to spend time just cleaning that, because otherwise I get things all over the place. And whenever I'm dealing in black ink, if I do not watch myself, I have black ink all over my fingers. It's one of the things that I absolutely know something's going to happen whenever there's a black ink pad around. All right, so the first thing we're going to do when we are coloring is that I'm going to take my pointed edge, and this is the light Moody Mauve. And I'm just kind of outlining it and just giving it just a little bit of color and a little bit of outline. With this, you may want to come back again. Then I am taking the dark bubble bath, and again, just going to go around in circles. And that's going to be the biggest one you will come back and reapply. And I'm sorry I'm late today. My I've been having so many doctor's appointments that it's pretty amazing. So I just came back from a doctor's appointment and I couldn't get out of it any earlier. So one of those things. I am having knee surgery in July, so I am just getting everything ready for the surgery. So now I'm going to add just a little bit of the dark in here. Kind of giving it just a little bit of an outline. And you will see that in a minute. And I don't know. Can you see how pretty that is? And I don't think that I need to go back over anything. So now we're going to move on with our blues. So over here with this, I'm going to take my light Boho blue. Just give it a little bit of a color. Then I'm taking my dark Balmy blue. And then last but not least, I'm taking my light Balmy blue. And this is the one that I kind of mix all the colors together. And this one I will go back over with my light Boho blue. And then with my dark. And the dark is the Balmy. And there's that. You can't see the light one very well. Let's take the flare. See if we can get a little more color in. Yeah, there we go. So can you see it? All right, so now we are going to add just a little bit more. I'm going to start this one with the darker Boho blue. So it's kind of like a, what do I want to call it? Oh boy, I'll think about it in a minute. And some of you probably already know where I'm going with it. Ombre. So it's like an ombre. And then I'm going to add my blue, and I'm just sticking with my flare. And you can you see the 4 different parts? So I have darker and then a little bit lighter. So I'm going to add this. This is my dark. And then I'm going to add my light Boho. There we go, I love it. And then I'm going to go back with all of these and turn the card and do the last one down here at the bottom. And I'm starting off with the dark Boho blue. And then I'm adding the light. And then I'm going to go back with dark the dark Balmy blue. And however you want to color this, go for it. This is the best part. This is when you can just let yourself shine and do whatever you would like to do. And there's another part. All right, so I'm going to go back and do the darker. And then I'm going to put these away. And now I'm going back in. I'll add a little bit of the dark Moody right there. And then I'm going to take the light and then the dark bubble bath. I really enjoy doing this ombre colors. I just thought that it was absolutely beautiful. And here's what that looks like. All right, so I got that out of the way. Now my Winka Stella is a little bit older, so what I'm going to do, shake it up, and I'm just going to pour some on here. You can see my little dot. So that's what I'm going to do, and it's going to come out pretty heavy. Heavier than what I wanted. And all I'm doing is making circles to color it. And the first butterfly got the best of it. It is so winked of Stella right now that you can't even tell the colors. Wow. You can see what I'm saying by this right here. Wow! Compared to the other side. Wow! So anyway, and it looks like I did not get that wing very well. So I will come back and we're going to put the saying over that direction. So we are going to just get this out of the way. We are going to let this dry for just a minute. And now we are bringing in our exposed brick embossing folder. So that's what we are doing. And now what we're going to do is take our little distressor, and all we're going to do is distress the card. And all I'm doing is scraping. And you know, if you add scissors, scissors do the exact same thing. And if you tear a little bit, it's all about distressing. So I am just going after this. And the scissors, let's see, you'd hold your scissors up this way and just crimp it. So if you wanted to add just a little bit of distressing with a pair of scissors, you're going to go all in one direction And that's going to distress the side of the paper, and that's all you want. Sometimes people roll the ends, they tear the ends, they crimple the whole piece, but we're just going to distress it. So that's what my distressed edges look like. I like the way that it looked. I thought it was great. So now we are going to take our liquid glue, and this is on the other side. Our emboss side is on the front. Our deboss side is on the back. And this is just going to be our first layer down. There we go. And then we are going to take our butterflies. Isn't this pretty on the back? Love all the colors. And bring in our silicone pad. And give it a nice little pull with the tape. And then I'm trying to give the border the same on the top and on the bottom. So there we are. Room, and you still have all the stress on the top. So then we are going to bring in our Thinking of You. And my foam adhesive pads. And we are going to stick a big one on the back. Take the back off. And then we're going to bring in our bow. And we're going to see if we can kind of give this an opening. Let me go this way. All right, here we go. So I'm just going to add that there. Now this was Versamarked, and then I added white embossing powder, and then I heat set it. And that's how I got the white on the black. And all I'm going to do is kind of just grab this and pull. So there's a little bit of hangover. Isn't that cute? So these are my two cards. I love these. I just think they are so sweet. All right, so my next card is the card that I had my senior moment on. I used the Wildly Flowering Designer Series paper. And this is beautiful with flowers on one side. You just have some texture type looking on the other side. And this is just beautiful. I love all the colors in this. And this is done with Misty Moonlight, Early Espresso, Moody Mauve, Crumb Cake, Mossy Meadow, and our wonderful Wild Wheat. Beautiful. This is just absolutely beautiful. So then we're also using the Jute trim, and that's 2003 to 2005. And again, those were our end colors last year. We have our glue dot. We are using then the butterfly from the designer tags, which is an online exclusive. We are also using this little tag and it is going to have the saying in it with a bow on the top. We are using our fabulous Rhinestone Basic Jewels. You have to have your bone folder. Hope you know is the stamp set we are using, and we are just saying thank you. Doesn't seem like enough. Hope you know how much your kindness is appreciated. So that's where I went back finally to the thanks. All right, and I really thought, you guys, when I made this, I thought that it was going to be a slimline, and it was going to be big, and it was going to be, and it wasn't until I was done and I looked at the dice and I went, oh my God, I missed the mark on this. But I really like this card. So this is the card that I created. Just with the designer series paper, Moody Mauve. This is the other side of the designer series paper. Beautiful butterflies that just kind of come in. It stands this way. And I just think it is such a beautiful card. So we're going to get ourselves started. So we're going to, this is 5.5 by 11. So that's going to be our first thing. Our score marks will be, and I'm going to use the smaller because this is cardstock, 1 3/4, 3 1/2, 5 1/4, and 7. Again, 1 3/4, 3 1/2, 5 1/4, and 7 inches. Those are the score marks. And again, everything is on my blog. So now we are just going to give it a nice little crease. So we're going to just slowly go over this. And this is why I thought that it was smaller, that it was the Slimline, because this piece is so small. So I thought, oh, yeah, I got this great piece of, you know, cardstock that I am making a beautiful Slimline card. Yeah, no. I am not. All right, so I got everything that we need. So the first thing is that this is what the designer series paper looks like. All right, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I think I'm going to put you on the outside, and I'm going to bring in my silicone pad. So we are putting this on the front. And you know, when I was making this, this is why it's a senior moment. You do 1, 2, 3, 4. You put your paper on 1 and 3. You leave 2 and 4 blank. But I thought this was that I didn't even realize when I was putting this on that this wasn't larger than 5.5. It didn't even occur to me. Oh my, oh, keep on. Okay. I may have to do something with this. And I said 1 and 3. So we're going on 1 and 3. But anyway, that's how spacey I was when I was putting this card together. All right, so we got it on 1 and 3. So that's our first. Then I didn't write anything on this because I just thought that, again, when you're saying thank you, it's really hard to say something for somebody else. But before you adhere this down, please make sure that you stamp it, so in case you make a mistake, then you can flip the paper over. This, we want to make sure that our fold is to the outside. On the first, you want to have lots of flowers. On the second, and on the first one, you just want to have this Misty Moonlight. So the Misty Moonlight goes on the front. Okay, fold on the inside. And then the Designer Series paper is going to go on the second half. Now, with this, you kind of want to measure it because it's going to go on the first page and last page. So you're going to squish these together, and you are just going to line up where would you like this to be. You can go all the way over to the side, or you can come in a little bit. I think it's up to you. What's your favorite way? I like this just because it really shows the white space, and I am all about the white space. So from here, all I'm going to do is adhere this really close to the side, and then I'm going to bring it back together. And this gives me the opportunity to make sure that I really got close to the side. And if you don't, then take your embossing buddy and just kind of rub up and down. If you want to, you can give it a nice little pat. But this will help with the sticky stuff. And if it still bothers you, you can take an eraser, adhesive eraser, and erase. All right, so that's our first. And then we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Again, get it close together, and you're just going to bring it together. All right, so that's the way that our card fits. And there we go. And it's really nice because it has this beautiful Designer Series paper. It gives you a focus on the last page. So now, again, I cut these out and then I stamped on this. You can go the other direction. I think it's really up to you. I also put dimensionals on this, and I did 5 of them. 1 in each corner and then 1 in the center. And then you can, I didn't bring this back in, and then you can see how nice and clean that looks. And then we'll take this off. And I'm just to the side right now, taking off the dimensional backs. Okay. And I'm just going to make sure that that is even distance on the sides. Then I just tied a bow, and I am bringing in my mini glue dots, adding this to the back, and this is wild wheat. part of the jute ribbon. There we go. I'm going to give this a little bit of a pat so then it doesn't cling to the back. I want it to sit up. So there we go. We have that. Then as we open this, I have 2 butterflies. And the 2 butterflies, I am going to adhere them one to the back of this and one right on this. So I'm going to use liquid glue. And my glue, I'm just going to add just a little bit right on and just have it flying towards the center. Kind of give it a little movement. I want that to stay. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing here. And I just have this one flying in. And you will find that this does not lay all the way down. Just know that. All right, so now we're bringing in our rhinestones. And then all I'm doing is putting one up at the top by where the head is, spacing it using my sides of my tweezers, and then putting it back down. So that looks like it's even. Again, I'm going to put one up by where this little head is. Oh, did I lose it? Yep, I did. I lost the back. So right where the little head is. And then my next one's going to be as thick as the end of my tweezers. So as I bring it down, I'm just going to rub it right up against. So if it was right in between, it would be a tight fit. And the last one almost fits right on the where the little butt of the tail is. And that's it. I didn't know that was going to go together so fast. Oh my God. So we have that. And let me get this stuff out of the way. And this is the second card. I really think this is beautiful. I love this. This is with a little bit of space on the side. This is with no space on the side. Again, however you want to do it. So this is our first card. These are the second cards. Ah, I love this. So anyway, I'll try to do better next time, following what the dice say. But you know me, I get carried away just a little bit. So we're going to roll for next time. And Our dice is going to have us do neutrals again, clean and simple, die cuts, masculine, and layering. So those are what we're going to do next. So you guys, thank you for joining me today. Please feel free to case my cards. I like a little credit. If somebody else did it, please give them credit. If you case cards, please give them the credit so everybody knows. And I just think that's a part of being a good craft people, because I say there are some beautiful cards out there. Absolutely beautiful cards. So why not? You know, case them, give them credit. So anyway, enough about that. So again, my name is Kevon. I live in Seattle, Washington. I have been a demonstrator for 20 years. Oh my, almost 21 in August. Wow. You can find me at ktstamps.com, and my motto is creating cards for you. Thank you again for joining me. I'll see you 2 weeks from now. Bye-bye.